Greetings, friends. Welcome to the PaperDemon live stream. How's everyone doing today? Let me know in the chat how you feeling. Today we're going to be talking about how to play the PaperDemon Art Role-playing Game. So if you are new to PaperDemon, first of all, welcome. We had a lot of new people join our community over the last week. As well as over the last 2 months. We've had like an amazing growth over the last couple months. So there's a lot of new people here, and I just wanted to take some time to welcome you and show you and walk you through how to play PaperDemon. For those of you who are unfamiliar with PaperDemon, I'm going to give a brief walkthrough of what it is. And, some people are like, hey, what is this? Is this like art fight? Tell me more about what this is. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to also cover step-by-step how to get started, how to play, how to create your character. So we're going to walk through all that step-by-step today. First, I want to just really briefly talk about PaperDemon's mission. So our mission is to provide a safe, positive space to inspire and motivate neurodivergent artists. So if that sounds like you, if you're trying to overcome art block, or you just really love to draw and are looking for inspiration, we are here to support you. So what is PaperDemon? Well, PaperDemon is an art role-playing game. It's a series of challenges structured as a role-playing game. So you will draw your character in different scenarios. So you choose from different adventures that we offer. We have new adventures and scenarios that come out all the time. Every week we have a simple prompt, and every month we also have a major event. So new stuff is coming out all the time. Best way to know about what's new is to either join the website and you'll get on the mailing list, or to join the Discord. When you complete one of these adventures, you do earn loot. So you get lots of cool stuff. You get different crafting ingredients stuff. You can make weapons, all that kind of stuff. And you make fun friends. The game is very collaborative, so you are drawing each other's characters on these adventures. This makes it a lot more fun. By the way, during this stream, I'm going to be monitoring the chat and answering questions, because I know there's a lot of people who are new who have questions about how to play. So feel free to ask those in the chat. I may just pause a bit and find the right opportune time to answer those. So prompts are different scenarios that we will give you that you can use to draw your character. So we have a lot of different inspiring prompts that give you direction of where to go in developing your character. We also have different portals. These are the different worlds that exist in the Paperverse. We've got many of them. Let me show you real quick on our website what those different portals are. Actually, there's a better page than this one. I'm going to quickly show that. So we have many different worlds. Oh, this is getting cut off. Let me also move Discord because it's being streamed right now, which I don't want. So we have different worlds that your character can explore. Each of these has different mechanics attached to them. There's different rewards that you can get in them, and different status effects that can happen to your characters as well. So it's adds a lot of richness and depth to the game. And I already talked about you get fun rewards, but it's all starring your original character. You come up with the character that you want to play in the game, and we have lots of ideas to help you get started. And when you draw, the more you draw your character, the more they level up, they rank up, and the higher the rank, the more damage they do in battle, and the more rewards that they find when they complete challenges. We also have battles. We actually have a live battle event happening later today. I'm going to talk about that toward the end of the stream. And battles are very collaborative. You draw your characters together and create new elemental attacks. In fact, I have that somewhere on here. So within the game, you're going to be choosing an element, and I'm going to talk about that as well. And you team up with other characters within the game to create new elements. So for example, if you are a fire character and you're drawing another sky character in your attack, your two elements combine together to create a powerful lightning attack, which is really cool. So we've got some really cool, unique mechanics in the game. So, you know, I'm really excited about what we can do with the PaperDemon Art RPG. Okay, so again, real quick outline. We're going to talk about how to sign up. I'm going to walk you through that step by step. Creating a character. We're mostly going to spending time on creating a character because I think there's a lot of people here who have not created one. Is that right? Let me know in the chat where you're at in playing the game. Are you still working on creating a character? Have you created your character but you're just learning how to do your first challenge? So I'm going to let me know in the chat where you're at, and then I know what specifically to spend the most time on. And again, I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm also going to show you real quick how to navigate the site. It being an RPG, there's a lot of stuff everywhere. So we're going to talk about all the different stuff, how you can navigate all of this stuff. We're going to cover how to do your first challenge and talk a little bit more of the different challenges that are available to you, as well as what's coming. So let's get started. So what you're going to do, if you're brand new, you're just watching the stream for the first time, this is the first time you're learning about us, check in the description. There should be a link there on how to join the PaperDemon Art RPG. And that is going to take you to this page here, Adventure with your original characters in the PaperDemon Art Role-playing Game. And you could click this button here. Start creating today. I'm going to open this in a new, let's see, can I open it incognito? There we go. And it's going to take you to this page where you're going to sign up. So you're going to just put in your info, your username, that you want, your email, all that good stuff. So there's a link for that in the description. The page that you land on here also gives you a lot of information about the game. So if you want to go through and read and see a quick look at what other people are creating who are playing this game, what the different characters are, the different art that people are creating, there's a lot of good stuff in here. So after you have signed up, and you're going to log in, you're going to activate your account, you'll get a link. If you don't get an activation link, please contact us at support@paperdemon.com and we will help activate your account for you. Make sure you check your spam because sometimes, emails get lost in there. So, okay, so let's talk about how to get started playing. So when you first come to PaperDemon, you should land at a place called the Inn when you first log in. Now, if you don't land in the Inn, if you just go to paperdemon.com, you should see a link here called the Inn plus tutorial. So that's here. There's also under getting started in the main navigation up here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. There is a link here for tutorial and the Inn. So this is where you want to get started. This is going to walk you through step by step for creating your character and playing your first set of challenges. Okay, so looking in the chat, we still have people making characters, and someone's got a character who's already rank 2. Awesome job. So you've already gotten through the basics of how to play. So we're gonna, hey everyone, yeah, feel free to ask in the chat and say where you're at in this journey of creating your character. I'm happy to answer any questions. We're gonna get started here with the tutorial. So once you go to the Inn, this is basically the place, excuse me. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So at the very top of the Inn here, in addition to like links for your messages and notifications and stuff, pay no attention to this amazingly high number I have up here. So yeah, I have 728 notifications. By the way, there is a link at the bottom here for the Inn that's also easy to get to. The Inn is basically going to be your place for learning how to play. So it's going to have these like 5-6 steps. So we're going to walk you through step by step how to get started. And the first one you should see here is create a character. So you'll see this little demon and an egg, and this is where we're going to start. A few things before I go into that. There is a chat here if you want to ask questions. And every day there is a free gift. Diamond Kitty is here to give you a goodie. So every time you log in, you can claim a free goodie. Today's gift is a battle token. It'll also show your most recent characters that you've edited along with links. There's the player's guide is here as well. And And so you can reference your stuff here. It'll also show how much cumulatively points you've accumulated playing the game, as well as your level and stuff. Okay, so let's start. Let's get started. We're going to click on this button here, create, resume my character. As you create your character, we will save your progress every time you click the button, so you can always leave and come back and finish your character later. Yeah, I know I have a lot of notifications. It's kind of what happens when you're the owner of an art game. By the way, I forgot to even introduce myself. I'm so sorry. I am known as Bogus Red on PaperDemon. My real name's Susie. So you're going to see my name a lot in the Discord, you know, making announcements and stuff, but I am the creator of PaperDemon, so I'm super passionate about making this fun game for all of you. And, you know, by the way, our mod team is really, really nice. So if anytime you have questions about how to play, a really good place to ask is our Discord server. There's a link to that in the chat. If you're not in the chat, there's a link in the description. So if you want to join our Discord, that's a great place to ask questions, and you'll get a pretty quick response because our Discord is super active. Okay, let's get started. Create our character. So when you click create a character, you will be taken to this page where we're going to walk you through some of the basics of how to play and get your character set up. Netflite says, thanks for all your work. You are so welcome. I'm so glad that this gets to be my job, that I get to do this. This is fun. I love inspiring artists, and it makes my heart happy. Okay, so we're going to go through this. By the way, there is another quick link to creating a character. If you just want to create a character, there is a link up here for creating a character too. So if you need to get there, you can get there from getting started. Okay, so you have now entered the Paperverse, a universe home to diverse worlds connected through an ancient portal. Ancient portal technology. Now this is Martis. He's one of our NPCs. You're going to see a lot of him as you get started playing. And he's going to teach you about how to play. So if you see him as you're navigating the site, he's probably trying to teach you something. So keep an eye out for him. If you've already started drafting a character, you will see a section here where you can resume an existing draft. As you can see, I have a lot of drafts here. You'll also see this button, create new character here. But if you don't have a draft yet, you'll also see this button here, continue. If you're not quite ready to start, if you want to consume all the things before you start, because you're one of those people that just loves all the information all the time, there's also a link here for the player's guide, which gives some additional details for you. We're actually going to be reworking this a bit too, to give more, it kind of gives a rough overview. We're going to be revising it as well to give even more detailed information and linking off to other guides. If you really want all the things, there is a link here for guides. All guides is here, and it'll give you everything. Oh my God. But don't do that if you're overwhelmed. Do not go through the guides. You don't need to. Everyone's different. Some people want all the things. Some people just want the minimal amount of information. So we respect that and want to support that. 2 decades? Yes, we've been around for 20. I think this is going to be our 23rd birthday in September. Yes, or October. Yes, we've been around a long time. Yes, we haven't always been an art RPG. We actually started as a art community, an art sharing site. And we changed more to, you know, art RPGs and motivating artists and stuff around 2018. So yeah, we've had some changes over the years. So in the PaperDemon Art RPG, you'll be giving prompts of worlds to explore, monsters to fight, quests to complete. You'll create art or writing depicting your character from the prompt. Okay. There's also a video here if you want to, you know, dive more into the basics. I kind of covered it already at the beginning, but there is a video here that just kind of explains the basics of how it works. So if you want, you can watch that. So we're going to click continue. It explains how you're going to get rewards, which we already talked about. And then it also talks about some rules. So for each challenge submission, you must create a new and unique work of art. So you can't just go back through your catalog of art that you've already made of your character that you've done for like Art Fight or something and submit it. This is only for new stuff, okay? Because this is what keeps the game fair. Our game is supposed to be motivating you to create new stuff, okay? It also means you can't copy paste your character. So you can't like copy paste your character to a new artwork. You got to completely redraw your art every time. Okay, your character must be original. No copyrighted stuff. No AI, no Hero Forge, no doll makers, anything like that. You got no copyrighted content. You can't be putting Sonic the Hedgehog or something in here. It's got to be original character. Okay. Now, if you have a fan character that you made from another universe, like based off of something. Sorry, my cat's in my lap. She wants to say hi. Say hi, Diamond. Hi, kitty. This is Diamond Kitty. This is the actual kitty that you see in the inn, by the way. Kind of funny that she came in here when I was streaming. So if you pop in the inn and you see her here, she is a real kitty cat. She is my kitty cat. I made her into the game because of course I did. All right, where were we? I got distracted. Here we are. Okay. So no mature content on your character sheet. So if you want to create mature content for the challenges, you are most welcome to do that. But on your character sheet specifically, no mature content. Okay. There's also a character guide here. Oh, I was about to say, if you have a fan character that's like based on a universe from like an anime or a game or something, you can use that as long as you take out the copyrighted stuff. Okay. So just like take a pass at it, take out anything that's copyrighted. Okay. All right. So we're going to hit agree and continue. So now we're going to actually create your character sheet. We'll save your progress as you go. You can come back later to finish. So you can resume an existing one or create a new one. So we're going to start by creating a new character here. So the first thing it's asking you is come up with a name. Now, if you're like me and you have no clue what to name your character, you can just generate one. You can change your character name at any time in the game. It's very easy. You just go to the character sheet and there's a button there to change it. So if you're not sure what to do, just generate a name. Okay. Looks like this character we're making is named Lorcus. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. Let's generate again. Finnan. Cat at attack. I'm being picky. Cam. Okay, I like this one. Cam. Our character's name is Cam Kindenson. I'm going to call him Cam Kindenson. Sure. Okay, now a concept for your character. Now, a lot of people already have an existing OC, and that is totally cool. You do not have to create a brand new character. In fact, if you have existing art of your character, you can reuse existing art for your character sheet. That's totally fine. It's the challenges that you can't reuse stuff for. So if you already have a drawing of your character that you made for Art Fight or something like that, like a reference sheet, you're welcome to use that here for your character sheet. You don't have to draw something brand new. Okay. So if you already have an idea of what your character is, you could just click this. I have my own idea. But we also have a lot of members of the community that want to play with a brand new character, but aren't sure what character to do. So you could click this button, roll for ideas, and it will generate some concepts for you. We built our own random character generator that has a bunch of different stuff in it that kind of mad libs it together, sort of. And so these are all random from like hundreds of different inputs that we have in there. So each idea should come out unique. You can, if you don't like any of these ideas, you can roll again. Now, some of the results you'll see are going to be referencing species that are in-game. If you want to learn more about those, there is Cyrus down here. He is an expert on, he's one of our NPCs who's like an expert on a lot of things in the Paperverse. So he will drop in some facts for you. So there's a link here about the species, about the portals. Some of these are going to say they're from a specific location, like Pavia. This is one of our portals. So you can, if you want to, and you don't have to, but if you want to, like maybe you are a writer, you want to think more about the backstory or whatever, you've got a lot of lore and resources here that you can work from. Diamond is very much demanding attention right now. She just wants all the butt scratches. Okay, so which of these do we want to do? A cruel Lyran paper demon from a deserted island who has sparkling freckles and doesn't understand math. That's a pretty good idea there. So I'm going to click on this. So in the Paperverse, everyone has a latent element used as the source of their magic. So you can, if you want to, you can click off to this elemental mechanics guide if you want to learn more. But really, you're just going to pick an element. Now, whatever you pick here, you can't change it once you set it unless you use a premium item. And that's, again, to keep the game fair, because your element is going to impact in-game mechanics. So you can pick from sky, water, earth, and fire. If you're not sure what you want, you could also randomize it. I think if you click this, it just go ahead and tells you what you rolled. So if we wanted to do that, we can. I think given that this character's from Lyra and they're kind of, I should actually have this say what the concept is on this page so we can kind of reference it. I'm going to pick fire. And I'm going to click save and continue. By the way, there's a note here from Isray, another one of our NPCs, who's telling you, hey, you don't have to draw fire or water when you're drawing your character doing an attack. You can actually draw whatever you want. So it doesn't really matter. This choosing of an element is about mechanics. It's about your magic mechanics. And you can express that in any way. And again, down here, Elementia is something you can use to change your element. Everyone should receive one of these for free when playing. So when you first start. Okay, we're going to save and continue. And then you get to choose a class. Now you could skip this if you want and choose later. So just so you know, there are 3 class options. You can choose from Elementalist, Bard, and Apothecary. Now, if you just really the thing you care about is doing very strong attacks in battle, you're going to want Elementalist. If you like to be a support character where you are boosting other characters' stats, Bard is a good choice. And if you like to get lots of cool crafting ingredients and make potions, Apothecary is a good choice. You can also randomize it if you want. I think I'm going to pick Elementalist for this one. Save and continue. By the way, this is another one where you can't change it after you've finished your character, because it's in order to keep the game fair, you're going to need to use a premium item to swap it out. Okay, here we go. Now we're asking how you want to create your character. Now you could choose 2 different forms of art for making your character. You can either draw a picture of them, or you can write some biographical information about your character. Okay. Now, before we do this, I thought I'd take a little break and we're already 30 minutes in. I can't believe it. And we've barely gotten very far. So why don't we do a quick break to do a raffle? So if you are already signed up on PaperDemon, please drop in the chat what your username is, and we're going to do a quick raffle. We will raffle some things because... Where's my stream shortcuts? Here we go. Put your name in the chat so we can give you a fun thing. While I wait for you guys to put in your names, I'm going to just double check the chat and see if there were any questions that I missed. I don't see much. Okay, if I did not answer your question, please repost it. Nephlight, Fade Dragon, and Sick. The Blue Recluse, Tarot, Marlin, Eclipse 333. All right. Oops, I did that wrong. There we Unlikely Valentine. Excellent. Did I get everyone? I think so. And real quick, before I spin this wheel, a quick note on navigating the site before I forget. On the bottom here are links for all your characters, so you can see your existing characters that you finished registration on. So if you need to reference them, check their health, whatever, you can find all those characters here. There's also your inventory tab, which is going to show you all your items that you've earned from playing, so you can go back and look. All right, Silly Goober, let's get you in there. Smile Day. Awesome. All right, great. Okay, we're going to spin the wheel. I'm going to be giving away 50 tokens. Let's spin the wheel. Let's see what we got. Smile Day! Congratulations! Okay, I'm gonna visit your inventory real quick. And we're gonna get you a little gift. If you didn't win, no worries. We'll do another one at the end, okay? So we'll do another raffle. Tokens! All right, now you get to go shopping in our shop. Congratulations, Smile Day. Enjoy your new tokens. Okay, back to our tutorial. Where were we? Okay, so you can create your character two different ways. I'm going to show writing real quick. So here it's going to show you the character concept that you had chosen if you use the random generator. And there's also some tips here on some prompts or whatever if you need them. But basically you're going to fill out this form here. You're going to write a brief biography of your character, hair color, eye color, species, age, etc. So you only have to do this if you're a writer. If you're an artist and you're a visual artist and you're drawing your picture, you don't have to do this. You can if you want to though, okay? If you're a visual artist, you're going to click the Art tab and you're going to draw a portrait sketch of your character. Now again, if you already have a character that you created an OC for something else, you could totally use that here, and you can use existing art. Again, this is the only challenge in which you can use existing art, and you could just basically upload your picture here. There's a few character rules in here about it. It's mostly stuff we already went over, but if you want to reference it, you can. There's also some lore and stuff here if you want to reference. And there's also some examples of some character art that other players have made. If you want to see even more character examples, you can click the Community tab up here and go to Characters. Okay, I'll show you that real quick. And the page is still loading. Boop, 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 boop. Our site's a little slow, guys. Sorry about that. We've had a lot of new people join, so we got to spend some time optimizing stuff. So you can see a lot of the cool characters that people have been making recently. Again, we've had a lot of people join from Art Fight recently, so you know these are a lot of friends that you could play Art Fight together with by drawing their characters. Let's go through this step by step now. Okay, so we clicked on Art. We would draw a picture of this concept, or if we used our own concept, we can just go ahead and click on Choose File here and pick a picture. Now I'm going to just pick something that I already have. Rather than slow things down by drawing something, I'm going to pick Cyrus. After you choose the file, you're going to hit Save Image, and that's going to upload it. So if you did it correctly, you should see the picture here. If you don't like that image, you could choose a different one and click Save again. Now, if your character is an adoptable, or it's a commission, like you commissioned someone else to draw your character, or you paid someone for an adoptable, you're going to want to put in here a link to the artist who designed the character just to properly credit them. Okay, but if you are the original artist, you don't have to fill it out. You could also put in here your own profile link if you want. Okay, then we hit continue. And here it's going to confirm, hey, are you sure this is original? Are you sure this isn't AI? Because we get a lot of people who come in who just bypass the rules. This is just like a quick reminder. Make sure you have permission to use what you're using. Make sure it's your own stuff. And so you just hit, yes, my character is original, or I have permission. Okay. So here's your chance to take a final look at your character. So we're going to look Cam Kinderson. I chose fire element with an elementalist class. If this all looks good, you click submit. But if you're not sure, you can go back and you can go back and edit stuff. So if you weren't sure about the element, you want to change it to water. So I'll change it to water here. Click save and continue. Save and continue. We need to make this a little bit easier to navigate, but okay, I changed my character to water. Elementalist class, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna hit submit. Okay, there's a question in the chat. For the character art, do you need to fully color and render? Is flat color? Okay, yeah, so there's no, the art requirements are pretty lax on that. You can do a sketch. I'm really glad that you asked this question. So there is something that you do need to keep in mind, that once you submit your character art, in order to change it again, you need to use what's called a makeover kit. And so I'm going to talk about that. You can just do sketch. You can just do flat colors. Flat colors is really good because then other people can get an idea of what your character looks like. You don't need to shade it at all. I do recommend at least color because it is going to help other people know what your character looks like, because the game is so collaborative. Other people are going to be drawing your character too. So as much information as you can add is great, but also don't let that prevent you from playing. I mean, if it's too overwhelming to go in and do color, that's okay. Just do sketch and you can change it later. Okay. So we're going to hit submit. Boop. You're all set. And then you're going to get goodies. Now, I already have characters, so my rewards aren't as big here. But when you are creating your first character, you're actually going to get a buttload of other stuff, like a welcome kit of stuff. So every time you create a new character, you get gold, you get a battle token, and you get this thing called a makeover kit. So I want to talk real quick about what this is. And also it does have you give you a link to your character sheet and show your character's unique ID. Okay. So we can open that up. And then I'm also going to open up a tab with the makeover kit in a second. There's also Martis here who is telling you like, hey, now that your character is done, let's go to the next step. Okay. Before I do that, I just want to very quickly talk about the character sheet. So every character has their own sheet. It's going to show your rank, your points, your element, etc. You're going to get randomly assigned a talisman ability. It's going to show your notes about your character. You can go in and edit this at any time. Your description, your biography, whatever. Let me show you a finished character sheet real quick so you can get a better idea. Where's one that actually has stuff on it? Here, this is my Cyrus character sheet. So this one's the actual character. So it shows your HP. Cyrus looks like he needs a potion. So why don't we just use one real quick here? So you can click on use potion. My character is low on HP. HP it goes low when you participate in a battle. So I'm going to use a crispy healing potion. Let's use that one. Boop. All right, now I'm at full HP. It's going to show your equipment. So anytime you get any sort of special accessories or equipment, that shows up here. Any companions that you have. By the way, if you did just join and you got a companion, be sure to equip it in order for it to work. You're going to do that by equipping the item here. Hi, Diamond. So if you have any companions in your inventory, just click on them and it'll equip it to your character. Okay. Achievements are also going to be here. Weapons, armor, all that good stuff. And all the art that has been drawn, not just by you, but by your friends, of your character will appear here. You can see the full gallery. Duck. Did you guys see a duck? Okay. Let's see. There's also a history here if you want to track like how you got points and stuff. This is mostly for admin use though. It is here if you need it. Okay, let's go over the next thing. Makeover kits. So when you... Here we go. In order to keep the game fair, we cannot let you just change your character sheet whenever you want, your character image, because whenever you complete a challenge, we're checking to see that the character you drew matches what you what you drew in your challenge art matches your character sheet. Because otherwise, people could just draw a bunch of different art that doesn't match that character. And then just like accumulate a bunch of points on that one character sheet, even though it's really just different characters. So that's kind of why we have this here. You should get one free. Every time you create a character, you're going to get a free one. But if you want, you can also spend your gold to buy another one. There's also people who will help you out if you need one. The community is very helpful with helping you get items and stuff. And so with this, you go to the redesigning guide, and it'll show you how to submit a new artwork. So if you wanted to start with a sketch and replace it with full color later, you could totally do that. Okay. All right. Where were we? All right. So now that we have a character, let's do our first challenge. What happens if someone hits 0 HP? That's a great question, Nephlite. So if you hit 0 HP, you won't be able to participate in any battles until you heal. You should be getting some potions, I think, when you first join. If you need a potion, you could go to the shop and buy some. You can also trade with other players or ask for a free one. There's usually people around who will give out free ones. Your character doesn't die or anything. They're basically passed out. Okay, start your adventure. We're going to click here. Yes, kitty. Meow. I know. She's meowing at me. She wants something. Okay, so now that we've finished character creation, it's going to show this step here, character development. So this is your first challenge. It's a rather simple, it's a rather simple challenge, just to kind of teach you the basics of how to participate. So we're going to scroll down here, and it's going to show you a scenario. You have arrived in the Adventurers Guild of Aridin. It is one of the most well-established guilds in the Paperverse. A small handful of adventurers are gathered around a flame, warming their hands and passing around unique foods from different worlds. And here's one of our NPCs, Jasper, regaling a tale and ending that tale and saying, "So I took the construct's arm and tossed it to her and yelled, 'Need a hand?'" The crowd chuckles. They open their ranks as you approach, allowing you a seat. Someone passes you a mug of something that smells sharply sweet. Price of admission to the Adventurers Guild is a good story. What have you got for us? So your first prompt is to give us a story about your character. Here's a few prompts to get you started. Show a moment of your character's past that they were proud of. Where is your character from? Where were they born, assembled, built, created, or otherwise begin to exist? Or draw or write about a talisman for your character. It can be something sentimental, magical, or meaningful. If you don't like this prompt, there's other options here as well. You're not drawing all of these, by the way, you're just picking one. And then you're going to draw your character fulfilling the prompt. So you draw your character and then something that is using one of these ideas. Now, these ideas are starting points. You don't have to exactly follow the prompt. but they are meant to be like starting points. Once you're done, you're going to click Submit to Queue. Okay. And then we are going to upload our art. So we're going to do Upload, New Submission. And you can create a story. You can create an artwork. Don't click blog post. That won't work. I think I should change that so that's not here. Create artwork, and you're going to choose a file. I will choose something here as a demo. You don't have to fill out the rest of this. You do have to choose whether it's mature or not. Really, all you have to do is put in the image, the title, and maturity rating. And then from there, you click Submit. After you submit, you're going to be taken back to that page where you're going to, it should automatically have your art selected. And you're going to put in information here about your character. If you need to reference, it should actually be down here. You can just click your character here and put Cyrus, the ID 963. Now, if you only drew your character in there, you can actually... I'm seeing here this is actually can be quite confusing. You're supposed to copy paste the prompt here. Let me go back. I think that can be confusing for players. We should change that. Maybe by default we can have them all in there and then you could just select the one that you're using. That would probably make it a lot easier. I wonder if that's tripping up new players. Okay, so let's say I did this first one. I'm just going to copy paste this and put it here. If you did a writing submission, you're going to state which chapter it is. If you don't know the answer, just submit it anyway. Our admins will figure it out. You're going to click on your character that you, okay, so in this case, this is Cam Kinderson. You should see it here. If you don't, you can search for it. If you drew someone else's character in here, you're going to want to search for it and tag it. So let's say I drew I'm blanking on names of characters right now. Let's go to the characters tab. Let's say I drew my friend's character and I look through the character archive, or I view their character tab on their profile. I can find their character sheet. Let's type Viola in here. I just wanted to quickly demo how you can search for characters. You can search by name. It will show their unique ID on there. It looks like this name might be a little popular. Here it is, Viola. And then 5 points. This challenge is worth 5 points. Just leave it at the default. It'll, if you are more advanced, there might be ways that you are boosting your AP with different items. After you're done, you're going to do submit to queue. I'm going to remove this just because it's this is a test. Okay. Once you're done, your entry's in the queue. You earn XP. In this case, I earned enough XP to go to the next level. So I earned some additional goodies here. I earned some spirit points. Your rest of your rewards are going to be deposited into your bank within a few days, because we have a human that's going to look and just make sure that your art is fulfilling the prompt. And then you get your rewards. Any questions about this so far? You can also view your submission here. It'll also show any characters that you've tagged here and how many points they got. Once you receive your rewards, you should see that in the inn. So if we go to the inn, you'll have a tab here, game notifications. And that's gonna take a second to load. So you can see here I got a notification for my new character. I also got someone adventured with my character. Looks like Zach Wolf Drew. No, is this Zach Wolf Drew? Arndt and Fafner's character here is Stornim. So I got points for that. And someone gave me a night vision potion. Someone adventured with Arndt. So all these different things are going to show up in your notifications whenever you complete a challenge. I'm looking to see if there's, oh, that was mature. So I'm going to close my tab. We should change that. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to go over? How to navigate the site, how challenges work, how to submit to a challenge, how rewards work. Types of challenges. Okay, let's go back to the inn. When you go to the inn, when you complete character development, you can mark it as complete if it didn't detect that. And then it tells you about your first battle. Now, we're going to be doing a live battle event later today. So if you'd like to join us for that, we'll walk you through how to enter an attack. Are there any questions so far? Just want to give people a moment to ask questions. I think we kind of went over a lot of stuff. I feel like maybe I talked too much, gave too much info. I would have liked to have gotten through this tutorial way faster than I did. So I would love to know maybe what I could have done better on this, because I really want to have like a good video tutorial for players of like how to start playing. And I feel like I covered a little too much, because now we're already at 50 minutes. It's fine. I think I could have done this shorter, quicker. Is there anyone here who's finished their character that did it during the stream? Does the battle event reflect in game HP, or will it not affect it? Yes. So when you participate in any battle event, whenever you do an attack, the monster counterattacks and will damage you. So that's a great question. You can click here, and this page is going to show you the different, like, give you the basics of how battles work. We also have a more detailed guide if you'd like to go into it. This battle is like your intro battle is fighting a slime. Now, you do not have to do this challenge if you don't want to. You could participate in one of our existing battle events instead if you want, but this battle is always available if you want to do it. Okay, MC Hobby says, I haven't uploaded yet. I was half listening. You can do it, guys. Okay, what did I want to go over next? Let's look at let's see, back to your question, Eclipse. I was going to show you guys a quick demo of how battles look, so you could get a better idea. I'm going to show you our last major event, which was the Racelina Battle Challenge. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so these events, there's a link to what all the prompts are and the story behind this challenge. Yay! I'm glad it's a great tutorial for you, MC Hobbies. Let me know if there's anything specific that you're getting stuck on or need help with, because I'm totally here to help you get started with that. So whenever there's a battle challenge, there's going to be like some basic story info of what's going on. There's going to be a list of prompts. There's also instructions on what you have to do for the artwork. Like what it has to include, or writing. There's usually a word count of what you have to do. So you pick a prompt, you draw your character, you submit it to the attack form by clicking attack. And then when you submit your art, it shows that your character attacked, how much damage they did to the monster, and then what the monster counterattacked with. So in this case, Huna Hapoa got 25 damage back. And here's a few other attacks that are here as well. So in this case, you can see some of these are duo casts. Let's find some. So Rathan and Ithran did a duo cast to create a chaos magical attack. Queen Marine Blue and King Ash Gray did an attack together and combined their elements to create a metal attack. So this is kind of what it looks like. This is just generated after you submit your art. It's all these numbers are based off of the rank and equipment of your character and your element. Certain bosses are weak to certain elements. Yes, Diamond. Yes, Kitty. Any other questions? That was a good question, Eclipse. Can you dual cast with two of your own characters, or is it only collab? Oh, this is a great question. Thank you for asking this. Dual cast has to be with other people's characters. You can also use an NPC if you want. You can do other challenges with drawing your characters together, but battles specifically has to be other people's characters. And I think that this is covered in the first battle challenge as well. This is the wrong article. Where is it? Boop, 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 boop. Where's the first battle challenge? It's not here. Go back to the end. Okay, here we go. First battle. So this explains you can do a solo cast, which is just your character, or you can do a duo cast, where you draw someone else's character. And it says here the second character must be owned by someone other than you. Can't be your character. All right, guys, any other last questions before we wrap up this stream? A quick note on what's coming. We have a live battle event coming later today. So that's going to start in 2 hours. It's what we call a flash battle. So normally battles last a couple weeks. You have time to participate during that 2-week period until the monster is defeated. So the challenge goes until the monster runs out of HP. But today is a special event where it's live. So you have 20 minutes to draw your character doing the prompt. And once you upload it right away, and it's a live thing. We're all doing it real time at the same time and trying to take down the boss by the end of the live stream. So that event, you can find out more about that by going to PaperDemon.com. It should show right here, live streams today, how to play. That's what we're doing right now. And then live stream battle event. So the link is going to be there. I think there's description also has the link to the event. Is it in here? Let's go back real quick. I think on the home page there's a link to it. Flash battle, here we go. Spring has sprung. The boot. Boop. We have 2 stream events for this battle. We have the one today that starts in 2 hours. Will there be instructions at the start of the stream? Yes, I can go over instructions on how to do your battle challenge. Yes, I'll go over that in the beginning. And I'll try and keep it pithy, not drone on for a whole hour. But if you'd like to be better prepared, look at the battle section of the tutorial in the inn, which is number 3 here. And you can click this and read through and get prepared for that event. You can also ask questions in the Discord. Our Discord's super friendly. Do make sure you join that. There should be a link to that in the description below, so you can see join the Discord. Again, our community is super friendly. We are a very well moderated community, very positive, uplifting. So we're all here to support you and help you on your creative journey. That was a great question, Happy Person. Thank you for asking that. Any other questions I can answer? Are elements always weak to the same thing? So let's see. Let me pull up the guide. Boo, 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 boo. I think the guide does not explicitly say what elements are weak to what. So yes, there is a formula. It does not say in here. I think a player figured out which elements are weak to what. The boss today is Earth. I think Earth is weak to Lightning, Celestial, and Aura. Is that right? Someone has to double check on that. All enemies are weak to Rainbow. Now, regardless of element, you will always do damage, by the way. So even if the monster is not weak to that element, you'll still do damage. It just won't be as high. Someone in the Discord has a chart somewhere where they figured out which characters are weak to which elements. Let's do another raffle. Drop your usernames in the chat and we will do a giveaway. Usernames in the chat and we will do a giveaway. Hey, kitty. While I'm waiting for everyone to drop their usernames, please ask any other questions that you have. I'm happy to answer them. Fey Dragon, Tyrell, Hermit Bug, Unlikely Valentine, Clips 333, Danny the Blue Recluse, Marlin, Doc Grin, yes, kitty. She wants all the butt scratches right now. I apologize for the noise on my mic. That's my kitty cat. Can you give the kitty a pet for me? Oh, Diamond, come here. Kitty. Danny wants to give you pets. Okay, now she's being difficult. Is it just weakness or does resistance apply as well? There's no resistance. Each monster will receive damage regardless of the element. I think it would kind of suck if you put forth a lot of effort to draw something and then found out that it did nothing. So that's kind of why we did it the way that we did. There's also no way to miss. However, the monster can miss attacking you. Is it reduced versus normal? Not currently, but that's a really good idea of a way we can expand the mechanics. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Did I get everyone? I think I missed. Oh no, I did get Danny. Okay. All right, spin the wheel. Boop, 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 boop. kitty. Why are you meowing? Are you excited? Unlikely Valentine! Congratulations! Let's get you some trojans. Items. By the way, since I'm on Unlikely Valentine's page, you should definitely check them out because they have some really cool characters, especially D, who has like a bajillion points. D is probably one of our most popular characters. Okay, Trojans. By the way, if you are participating in our battle event, I do suggest you check out the Discord and see if you can make some friends that you could coordinate attacks with. You can basically make some friends, trade character sheets, and get ready to draw other people's characters. I do recommend that. Congratulations, Unlikely Valentine. All right, everyone. I think I've gone over everything I wanted to cover. Again, if you're new to the community and have not yet joined, please do click the link in the description below or go to PaperDemon.com. I will be hanging out in the Discord after the stream, available to answer additional questions to help people get started. So keep an eye out in there. I'll be hopping over there shortly. Thank you again for joining the stream. And if at any time you have questions, best way to go is to go in the Discord and someone will answer you, or you can ask in the forums, or you can email support@paperdemon.com. I'm just going to type that on the screen real quick. Or player help, actually. I think player help is probably the better one. Player help@paperdemon.com, and someone will help you get started. Okay, thanks again, everyone, for joining. If you have any feedback about the game, I would love to hear from you. Just so you know, like we've noticed a lot of people complete that first step of creating their character, but don't necessarily go to the next step. And so we would love to know why people are hanging up there. Like, what is it about the game that people are getting stuck on? So don't be afraid to ask questions, because you know what? Other people may have the same question, and that helps us make the game better. So have a good rest of your day, everyone. I will see you in the Discord. Thanks for joining. I will see you on the flip side. Again, links in the description. Bye. Okay, bye. Alligator, bye Magnet, bye Fafnir, bye Clips, bye Nephlite, bye Suki, bye Unlikely Valentine, bye Hermit Bug, bye Fade Dragon, bye Happy Person.